I hope everyone have taken their respective seats by now. So let's begin. There is an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The journey of quality is never ending, and we want to go as far as possible holding your hands. This is the occasion to hold a big chain of 15 countries of the world. Of those, 14 coordination committee members, Bangladesh, China, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Taiwan, Mauritius, and one guest country, Gambia. Besides physical viewers, the program may be viewed on links through YouTube and Facebook. Assalamu alaikum, good morning, and a very warm welcome to today's event. Welcoming you to the inaugural ceremony of the 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles. I am Fayaz Ahmed, Master of the Ceremony, to facilitate this event. Today, we are proud to receive blessings for the 45th ICQCC from Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, MP, the Prime Minister of People's Republic of Bangladesh. We are further honored to have as the chief guest Mr. Tipu Munshi, MP, Minister of the Ministry of Commerce, the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. To commence the program with recitation from the Holy Quran, I would request Qari Hafiz Muhammad Ansaruddin to recite few verses from the Holy Quran that would be translated by me myself.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. By time, indeed, mankind is in loss, except for those who believed and have done righteous deeds and advised each other to truth and advised each other to patience. Ameen. ICQCC, since its inception, has been bringing together a sparse group of private and public sector organizations dedicated to progress through commitment to quality. To welcome on board the participants of the 45th ICQCC, we would present the welcome address by the convener, Mr. Sheikh Nizamuddin Ahmed, Secretary General of BSTQM. May I please welcome Mr. Sheikh Nizamuddin sir on stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina MP, the Prime Minister of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Chief Guest, Mr. Tifu Munshi MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Commerce, the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Noriaki Kanu, Professor of Emeritus, Tokyo University of Science, distinguished guests, coordination committee members of ICQCC, advisors, President and EC member of BSTQM, facilitators and presenters of QC Circle, journalists of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. On behalf of the Organizing Committee of Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, I would like to welcome to Dhaka to the 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles, 2020 Dhaka. In spite of various uncertainties and challenges, finally the most cherished convention has come true. I am so pleased to see physically and virtually our CCM members, QC presenters, so many colleagues, friends, and families from China, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Mauritius, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand, and Zambia, all in one place. It has been 12 years since Dhaka was the host of the convention in 2008. BSTCM is really proud and honored to be the host for the 45th ICQCC-2020 Dhaka. Dhaka Convention, and hope that it will be equally memorable and fruitful for the participants and delegates as it was in 2008. It gives us such a great pleasure that this year Dhaka, as the host of this important gathering, we particularly delighted as this year marks as the birth centenary of Father of the Nation, Mujib 100, which is the reason the convention is scheduled. We are grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina MP, for her special message for this convention. This indeed has added a new dimension in the international event. Thankful to Mr. Tifu Munshi MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Commerce, the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh for his kind consented to inaugurate this program as a chief guest. We are thankful to the World Quality Guru, Professor Dr. Noriaki Kanu, Professor of Emeritus, Tokyo University of Science, Japan, for presenting his two keynote papers, one titled Kanu Model Identifying Attractive, One-Dimensional, Must-Be and Different Qualities, which will be presented in the inaugural session today, and the other one, Let's Revisit the Effects of Quality of QCC in closing session tomorrow, 3rd December 2020, afternoon in this hall. Professor Dr. Noriaki Kanu is a real friend of BSTQM. The pandemic situation in the form of first and second wave has posed severe challenges. Fortunately, commitment and dedication of the advisors, executive committee members of BSTQM has successfully helped in overcoming these challenges. As a result, we are going to have 2 physical, 11 virtual streams, and 267 case studies being presented. Total number of delegation, both physical and virtual, is 2,000. This is a historic moment for ICQCC to have its 45th convention held both physically and virtually. This is a new dimension and extension. It may be very likely that all future conventions may have a virtual participation wing in spite of having vaccine for COVID-19. All ICQCCs comes with festivity among the entire quality practitioners, as we also witness different implications and applications of quality in different cultures and mesmerize ourselves in the tradition of each other. I am grateful to all coordinating country members for their cooperation and support in implementing the 45th ICQCC Dhaka. We hope this year it would be no different, and soon we will be able to shake hands again. I request all of you to meticulously follow health rules. I wish you all a pleasant and safe stay for tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you for your efforts to bring out such a magnificent convention. After all these mind-awakening talks, it's time for a mind-soothing performance. To welcome all the participants from home and abroad, live and virtual, we present a welcome cultural program as a small gesture of love from Bangladesh. The cultural show will be performed by a team from Tejgaon College, Dhaka. The cultural event will commence soon. Till then, I would like to request everyone to have patience. Thank you.
History of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the only country in the world that was created on the basis of language and ethnicity. 21st February is the anniversary of the day when Bangladesh is fought for recognition for the Bangla language. This is a rare incident in history where people sacrifice their lives for their mother tongue. The students of the University of Dhaka, with the support of the general public, arranged massive rallies and meetings on 21st February 1952. Police opened fire on rallies. Salam, Borkot, Rafiq, Jabbar and Shafiq died with hundreds of others injured. This is a rare incident in history where people sacrificed their lives for their mother tongue. The independence of Bangladesh. Bangladesh achieved the independence through the armed struggle in 1971. The Bengalis experienced widespread sufferings and sacrificed a lot to achieve the independence. The Awami League won the absolute majority in the general election of Pakistan in 1970 under the leadership of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
আমি প্রধানমন্ত্রিত্ব চাই না, আমরা দেশের মানুষের অধিকার চাই। তোমাদের যা কিছু আছে তাই নিয়ে প্রস্তুত থাকো। মনে রাখবা, রক্ত যখন দিয়েছি, রক্ত আরো দেব। এই দেশের মানুষকে মুক্ত করে ছাড়বো ইনশাআল্লাহ। এবারে সংগ্রাম আমাদের মুক্তির সংগ্রাম, এবারে সংগ্রাম স্বাধীনতার সংগ্রাম।
The people of East Pakistan spontaneously voted for Awami League to be free from the oppression of the Pakistani rulers. But the rulers of West Pakistan started hatching plots not to hand over the power to Awami League. Then the Pakistan president and the military chief Aga Muhammad Yahya Khan suspended the session of the National Assembly on 1st March 1971, signed die. The 7 March speech of Bangabandhu was a speech given by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founding father of Bangladesh, 7 March 1971, at Romna Racecourse in Dhaka to a gathering of over 10 lakh people. It was delivered during a period of escalating tensions between East Pakistan and the powerful political and military establishment of West Pakistan.
স্বাধীনতা তুমি রবি ঠাকুরের অজর কবিতা, অবিনাশী গান। স্বাধীনতা তুমি কাজী নজরুল, ঝাঁকড়া চুলের বাবরি দোলানো মহান পুরুষ, সৃষ্টি সুখের উল্লাসে কাঁপা। স্বাধীনতা তুমি শহীদ মিনারে অমর 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারির উজ্জ্বল সভা। স্বাধীনতা তুমি পতাকা শোভিত স্লোগান মুখর সাজালো মিছিল। স্বাধীনতা তুমি ফসলের মাঠে কৃষকের হাসি। স্বাধীনতা তুমি রোদেলা দুপুরে মধ্য পুকুরে গ্রাম্য মেয়ের অবাধ সাঁতার। স্বাধীনতা তুমি মজুর যুবার রোদে ঝলসিত দক্ষ বাহুর গ্রন্থিল পেশি। স্বাধীনতা তুমি অন্ধকারের খাঁকা সীমান্তে মুক্তি সেনার চোখের ঝিলিক।
Victory of Bangladesh. We achieved independence on 16th December 1971. After a bloody war of long 9 months, a total of 93,000 Pakistan invading soldiers surrendered on that day, and Bangladesh emerged as an independent and sovereign country in the world map. 49 years ago, on another December, Bangladesh became a free state after a 9-month war of liberation.
বিজয় নিশান উড়ছে অন্ধকার আধার থেকে ছিনিয়ে আনবো বঙ্গবন্ধুকে 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 উজ্জ্বল বন্যার কলক দাসে শত্রুরা নিশ্চল হয়েছে কোটি কোটি প্রাণ দিতে দিতে ওই অন্ধকার দ্বার খুলছে বাংলার ঘরে ঘরে বাংলার ঘরে ঘরে মুক্তির আলোয় ঝরছে মুক্তির আলোয় ঝরছে মুক্তির আলোয় ঝরছে বিজয় নিশান উড়ছে
Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was a Bangladeshi politician and statesman. He is considered to be the driving force behind the independence. He served as the President of Bangladesh and later on the Prime Minister of Bangladesh from 17th April 1971 until his death assassination. He and most of his family members were killed during the early hours of 15 August 1975. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman will be remembered and discussed as long as a single Bengali will remain alive on earth.
সেদিন আকাশে শ্রাবণের মেঘ ছিল ছিল না চাঁদ ভোরের আকাশে সূর্যের আলো ঢেকে তোমার রক্ত মিশে গেল সমুদ্র সমতল সেদিন আকাশে শ্রাবণের মেঘ ছিল ছিল না চাঁদ কে বলে আজ এই বাংলায় শুধু তুমি নেই কেবল তুমি যেদিকে তাকাই শুধু তুমি তোমার কীর্তি শাশ্বত অমলিন সূর্য পতাকা প্রিয় স্বাধীনতা চির সমুজ্জ্বল হায় সেদিন আকাশে শ্রাবণের মেঘ ছিল ছিল না চাঁদ ভোরের আকাশে সূর্যের আলো ঢেকে তোমার রক্ত মিশে গেল সমুদ্র সমতল সেদিন আকাশে শ্রাবণের মেঘ ছিল ছিল না চাঁদ
15th August 1975 was the beginning of the autocratic rule in Bangladesh. Democracy was re-established by deposing the junta through a long struggle and continuous movements by the people. The country returned to the track on socio and economical development again. Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is the current leader of the Awami League and also the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. The government of Bangladesh has announced the commemoration of 2020 to 2021 as the Mujib Year. On the occasion of the centennial birth anniversary of the founding father of the country, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, this year will be celebrated from 17th March 2020 to 26th March 2021. It gives us great pleasure to extend to you all a very warm welcome to fellow delegates from various countries on behalf of our country, Bangladesh.
রাত ভোর ঘুম চোখ ঘুম ঘুম রাত ভোর ঘুম চোখ ঘুম ঘুম জাগেরও দূর ঘুম ঘুম চোখ নেই আধার শুধু আলো আলোর ডাক প্রাণ জাগালো নেই আধার শুধু আলো আলোর ডাক প্রাণ জাগালো এ আকাশ শুধু এসে মালা জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো রে জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো আজ পথ চলা পথে ছুটে চলা বুকে হতাশা জয়ের নেশা আজ শুধু জয়ের চেতনা জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো রে জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো কেটেছে সব হতাশা আলোরই ভরসা নবজাগরণের আশা ওঠরে ওঠরে হৃদয়ের রাঙা ভরে জয়ের সুতীব্র নেশা আজ পথ চলা পথে ছুটে চলা বুকে হতাশা জয়ের নেশা নীল আকাশে মেলো ডানা জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো রে জাগো জাগো বাংলাদেশ জাগো জাগো
This welcome cultural program has been directed by Tejgaon College Cultural Department. Name of the principal of Tejgaon College is Professor Abdul Rashid, Syndicate and Senate Member of National University, Vice President of BSTQM. Coordinated by S.A. Farooq Ahmed Tejgaon College, planned and choreographed by myself, Sravanti Rahman.
Wow, what a performance from Tejgaon College of Dhaka, Bangladesh. We would like to give a round of applause to all the participants of the cultural program, the principal of the college, and the coordinator of this cultural show. Let's give them a round of applause. So at this point, I would request the president in charge of BSTQM, Mr. A.K.M. Shamsul Huda, to come up on stage and deliver the welcome speech.
Distinguished chief guest, special guest, invited guest, moderator, judges, volunteers, sponsors, QC presenters, viewers, advisors, and EC members of BSTQM, Assalamu alaikum, Ohayo gozaimasu, and very good morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome all the participants today for the 3-day 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circle, ICQCC-2020, Dhaka. I welcome all the distinguished speakers, especially keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Noriaki Kano, Professor of Emeritus, Tokyo University of Science, Japan, and guests from all over the country and abroad, from different walks of life who have come here physically and connected virtually to share knowledge and immeasurable experience with us. BSTQM, which was established almost 2.5 decades ago, is very happy to host this international convention twice. I believe this effort of BSTQM will serve as one of the regulators in achieving the Vision 2021 and Vision 2041 of the present government. The only way to survive in a competitive market is through quality human resources, which is what BSTQM is working on in education and industry since 1996. The role of the print media, electronic media, and social media is very important for the simultaneous development of the country as well as the government. May this ICQCC 2020 be successful with the cooperation of all, and may the country move forward from the top to the top and show the way to the backward society and nation in the hope of happiness and peace. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your speech. Now it's time to get introduced to our partners in TQM, the Coordination Committee member countries, and to do this honor, Mr. AKM Shamsul Huda, President in charge of BSTQM, would present a slideshow. Let's have a look and enjoy the slideshow.
Once again, at this moment, I proudly announce Gambia as the 15th country to participate in this convention. Please give a big clap and wave your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Gambia. Okay, now I take the honor to introduce the global leaders of TQM, the Coordination Committee members whose relentless efforts for 45 long years has brought ICQCC to this success. I would also be proudly sharing, where possible, their words of blessing sent for the occasion of 45th ICQCC. The members of the CCM includes sorry for that. The host of 45th ICQCC, Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, BSTQM. Next, China Association for Quality, CKU's China. Next, Hong Kong Productivity Council, HKPC, Hong Kong. Next, Quality Circle Forum of India, QCFI, India. Next, Indonesian Quality Management Association, IQMA, Indonesia. Next, Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers, JUSE, Japan. Next, Korean Standards of Association, KSA, Korea. Next, Malaysia Productivity Corporation, MPC, Malaysia. Next, National Productivity and Competitiveness Council of Mauritius, NPCCM. Next, Quality and Productivity Association of the Philippines, QPAP, the Philippines. Next, Singapore Productivity Association, SPA, Singapore. Next, Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity, SLAAQP, Sri Lanka. Next, the Association of Pioneer Quality Control Research, PQCRA, Taiwan. Next, and last, the Association of QC Headquarters of Thailand, QCHQ, Thailand. And this is the first time they joined here, the Republic of Gambia. Welcome again, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for such a nice presentation. Now we would like to share with all our guests some words of blessing shared by the CCM countries. So let's start the video show as the words of blessings would follow from the CCM members.
Namaskar, my dear Karul Basarji, Argent team of ICQCC 2020, CCM members, dear delegates and guests. I am D.K. Srivastava, Executive Director, Quality Circle Forum of India. On behalf of Board of Directors of QCFI and QCFI family, we salute you and appreciate BST QM staff and each and every one of you have contributed their efforts, time, and hard work in this situation of the pandemic by passing through many unheard obstacles this year in the new normal way to make ICQCC 2020 a successfully executed event. ICQCC to all of us has not only been just a convention over the year, but is like a festival itself that we look forward to each year. People from various countries come together not only to showcase their case study and creativity, but also interact, learn, and share their knowledge. We all teach different quality concepts and problem solving tools and techniques. And this year, this Almighty God decided to test us to see how we are able to apply these learnings and teachings in this abnormal, rather new normal situation. And BSTQM has proved that we not only teach, but also apply our learnings in real life situation and can successfully aim to execute mega event like International Convention. Thanks for all support to QCFI. Let's join hands and make this mega event a great success and memorable. Thank you very much.
So we virtually thank Srivastava Dinesh Kumar, Quality Circle Forum of India QCFI. Now we would hear to Shinichi Sasaki from Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers, JUSE, Japan.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shinichi Sasaki, the president of QC Circle headquarters of Japan, and well as JUSE. On behalf of QC Circle headquarters of Japan, I would like to express our warmest congratulations to the Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management for holding the ICQCC 2020 in Dhaka under this global pandemic of the COVID-19. ICQCC this year will be the first convention that can entertain remote participants virtually. We understand this memorial step forward cannot be made without great effort and preparations by the executive committees at BSTQM. As you are well aware, the QC Circle activities were born in 1962 in Japan. As a driver force of Kaizen activities, QC Circle activities have been implemented as succeeded over decades for vitalization of Gemba workplace and human resources development. It was literally become a DNA at Toyota Motor Corporation, where I came from. COVID has brought us a situation where many people cannot travel and get together. It is going to be a challenge for us, but breakthrough is required in all ages. When the QC concept was brought to Japan in the 1950s, it was first step of cultural breakthrough for us. Through our experience, quality can certainly make major breakthroughs. By continuing practice of QC Circle activities, let's overcome difficult times and we shall meet again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words. Now, I take the honor to announce that we already have our chief guest arrived and seated. So the chief guest for today is the Minister of Commerce from the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. Tipu Munshi MP. So let's give him a big clap to welcome him to our inaugural ceremony. Thank you, sir, for taking out your time to join with us in this event. Now, moving on further with the words of blessing, now we would present the words from Ms. Zainun Bakar and Ms. Saliza Sari from Malaysia Productivity Corporation, MPC.
Hello, Dhaka. I am Zainun from Malaysia as the head of coordination for this year's ICQCC Dhaka 2020. Thank you for inviting us to join your convention this year. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Dhaka for hosting this event this year, despite the challenges that we are facing. Well, MPC, we are actually the leading organization to spearhead initiatives and productivity and quality improvements in Malaysia. To further elaborate, I would like to invite my colleague, who is the Deputy Head of Representative from Malaysia, to talk further on how MPC as the leading agency to promote QCC in Malaysia.
Hi Dhaka, I'm Saliza Sari. For our record, the initiative QCC in Malaysia, we have 3 levels: mini, regional and national level. And every year we got about 200 participating teams participate in our convention. Then for record also, for our international level, we send our teams in ICQCC Tokyo 2018 for about 46 teams, ICQCC Singapore 2019, 48 teams, and ICQCC Dhaka 2020 we cannot send because due to COVID and challenges happen for the whole world.
We wish you the best in the convention this year and hope to see you all again in the future. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you to the head and deputy head from Malaysia Productivity Corporation. Now we would like to hear from Ashit Kumar Gunga, National Productivity and Competitiveness Council of Mauritius, NPCCM.
Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. Shamsul Huda, President in charge of the Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, co-council members of ICQCC, representatives from participating organizations, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me an immense pleasure to address you today as Executive Director of the National Productivity and Competitiveness Council of Mauritius. I deeply regret for not being physically present this morning due to the disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has severely impacted nearly all economies across the globe. I believe that the present challenges can be turned into opportunities. ICQCC 2020 is certainly a platform for participating organizations to come up with innovative initiatives. This convention will enable us to share and learn from the experience of participating countries. More so, disturbances provoked by the pandemic have compelled many to look into entirely new directions. The theme of the present edition of the ICQCC, Unlocking Imagination Through Quality Control Circles, I must say, is timely and relevant. There is a compelling need to unleash our creativity and improve our preparedness to stay resilient in the long term. I wish everyone all the best and an enriching convention. Thank you.
Thank you for the kind words. Now we would listen to the last but not the least, the words of blessings from Shi Shui Ye from the Association of Pioneer Quality Control Research, ICQCC Taiwan.
主办单位 BSTQM 各位 CCM 代表以及所有线上的参与者，早安！首先感谢 BSTQM 在此艰难时刻，仍旧成功安排第45届国际品管签大会。因为新冠疫情影响 ，PQCRA 台湾身为 ICQCC 创始国之一。 这是我们第一次没有实际参与发表，非常遗憾。然而，恭喜 BSTQM 与在线上的参与者共同创造了历史性的一刻。在目前这个网络 云端技术的时代趋势之下，第45届国际品管签发表大会将是一场非常具有意义的发表大会。在此预祝各签发表精彩，第45届国际品管签发表大会圆满顺利。
Thank you for the words of blessings. One of the greatest success stories of 45th ICQCC is receiving the blessings from Her Excellency, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina MP. The country has been on the streak of advancement under her able guidance, and we hope to see the developments at even a faster speed. May I have the honor to present before you the message sent from Her Excellency, Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina.
So now I would read out the message sent by Her Excellency, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. The message is as follows. I am happy to know that the 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles, organized by Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, BSTQM, takes place in Dhaka on 1st to 3rd December 2020. The theme of this year's summit, Unlocking Imagination Through QCC, has become time-befitting in the context of fast-changing technologies with innovative thoughts and ideas. The greatest Bengali of all time, father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, adopted various development plans in order to build a poverty, hunger-free, developed, prosperous, golden Bangladesh, immediately after War of Liberation. To materialize this dream, the father of the nation underscored the need for ensuring quality and standards in every sphere of life. Through his charismatic leadership and diligent efforts, Bangladesh Standards and Testing Institute started its journey and became a member of International Organization for Standardization, ISO, in 1974. The vision was to assist in national and international trade by upgrading services to international and regional standards through ensuring quality. During the tenure of Awami League government since 2009, Bangladesh has drawn global attention as a development miracle and improvements in other socio-economic parameters. It has already attained the status of lower middle income country and made tangible progress in the areas of industrialization, education, health, trade, infrastructure, energy and power, ICT and other service sectors. With the change of time, especially in the age of globalization, the role of quality control QC has appeared prominent to help build a prosperous and world for all. Bangladesh has already adopted practice of QC circle in different sectors in order to boosting productivity, ensuring quality, getting customer confidence, and making Bangladesh a reliable source of export and business. With the practice of QC in our RMG sector, the rate of rejection got lower in the recent years, making Bangladesh more efficient in production. I hope the ICQCC would be a platform for sharing and generating substantial ideas, which would help enhancing quality practices in different industrial and service sectors in Bangladesh and elsewhere, and ultimately contribute positively in diversifying Bangladesh's fields of growth and boosting the country's economy, taking the dream of father of the nation's golden Bangladesh a step forward. I wish the 45th ICQCC 2020 a grand success. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever.
How encouraging her words were. On behalf of BSTQM, we send our gratitude to Her Excellency for the message. Organizing ICQCC every year give us a chance to polish our knowledge and add more value to it. The value addition becomes priceless when delivered from quality gurus like Professor Dr. Noriaki Kano. We have already known many details about Dr. Kano in the welcome reception yesterday. Now I will provide a very brief introduction of Professor Dr. Noriaki Kano. Noriaki Kano is an educator, lecturer, writer, and consultant in the field of quality management. He is the developer of a customer satisfaction model, which is now known as the Kano model, whose simple ranking scheme distinguishes between essential and differentiating attributes related to concepts of customer quality. He is a professor emeritus of the Tokyo University of Science. He was visiting professor at the University of Rome III during the academic year 2010 to 2011. Let's hear the wise words from Dr. Kano.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. My name is Dr. Noriaki Kano, Professor Emeritus, Tokyo University of Science. It's my great honor for me to conduct the keynote speech at the 45th International Convention on Quality Circle 2020, organized by Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management. Today, I'm talking about Kano model, identifying attractive, one-dimensional, must-be, and indifferent qualities. What motivated me to think about Kano model? I learned from Professor Kaori Ishikawa. I think all of you know his name. He is the father of QC circuit. I was a disciple of him. So when I was undergraduate, I learned in his class, I learned quality is consumer satisfaction. At the same time, when I was a graduate school student, I was dispatched to various plants, such as dye stuff, forklift, music record, iron and steel making, car assembly, cement, and so on. So, but I feel the very big gap between consumer satisfaction and defective reduction. Defective reduction is necessary for the necessary condition for consumer satisfaction. However, it's not sufficient condition for consumer satisfaction too. So how to fill this gap? This is our starting point of our research. So, and then we take a color TV set as the example. So in color TV set, we have that pick up the four core elements: power consumption, safety, remote control, and multiplex. So then we discuss it. So we use that two-dimensional chart. X-axis, we take that physical state. Y-axis, we take the user's perception. So this is a case of power consumption. When the power consumption is that more power consumption, in this case, we feel that dissatisfied. But when our TV set less power consumption, in this case, we feel satisfied. And then we can express that power consumption by the straight line like this. So in this case, we have the two dimensions. One is the physical state, another one is the perception, but it can be identical. By this reason, we call it one-dimensional quality. And then next, we discuss about that the safety. In case of safety, we have the concern with electric shock and the leakage. In this way, in this case, if it happens that we may have the voltage shock and also fire by the leakage, electric leakage, or leakage. So in this situation, we feel very dissatisfied. However, if we have no concern with those electric shock or leakage, in this case, how do we feel it? Of course, we are not dissatisfied, but also we are not satisfied. We feel as neutral, as it must be. So by this reason, we call this type of quality as mastery quality. So, and then now we are talking about that voice multiplex. So in the case, we are looking at American movie, American film. In this case, actors and actresses speak in Japanese because it is superimposed from English to Japanese. However, if we have voice multiplex, somebody, if you want to listen in English, original English, in this case, you push this button, and then immediately you can listen to that actor, actress speak in English. So, but when we conduct the survey, all the time, this is evaluated as indifferent quality. It means that if we have the TV set without this voice multiplex, people just feel it, not dissatisfied, not satisfied, just feel the neutral. And then also, in the case of TV set with voice multiplex, also we ask the people, but they say also, not dissatisfied, not satisfied, just a neutral. So this is the indifferent quality. Why it is like this? Because, as you may know, we are very poor in English. So it is very less people who try to listen, who try to view listening in English. So in this case, people don't use this function. By this case, that it is come to be indifferent quality. So now, in this way, we have that function such as attractive, dimensional, undimensional, mastery, and indifferent, like this. So now let's discuss about that life cycle of attractive quality. Now remote control TV is was attractive quality. Is the remote control for TV set still attractive quality? No, not anymore. Today it is must-be quality. This is called the life cycle of a quality element. So we conduct a survey. This is the result of the 1983, this survey in Japan through my student. So in case that the remote control, 1983, many people responded as indifferent quality and attractive quality. But now, 6 years later, in this situation, people responded as one-dimensional and attractive. Then come to be another 10 years later, it comes to be most of people consider it as mastery quality. In this way, it is starting from indifferent, attractive, one-dimensional, and mastery. We can find this kind of life cycle. So now, let's think about that. In case now, recent product, we have that smartphone, we have the mobile phone. So mobile phone, and then we have that smartphone. This is, we can consider the mobile phone is insufficient. On the other hand, that say smartphone is sufficient. So in the case, we ask the people, how do you feel that, say, smartphone around the 1970 in contrast to that mobile phone? And that was conducted around, you see, smartphone was born 2007, 13 years ago. So that to say, around that time, 2007 to 2010 or so on, at that time, we asked the people, how do you feel that, to say, smartphone? Many people recognize it as indifferent quality because many people don't, innocent about, ignorant about what a smartphone is, like this. However, some very few people buy it, and then maybe it's mainly young guy. So those people say like it very much, and then they very much strongly talk about the merit of the smartphone to surrounding people. And then surrounding people are influenced by them. And then they start to buy something. And then they feel that, to say, it is good, attractive. So now come to be attractive, like this. And then at the beginning, those people just to say accept this as attractive. But without the smartphone, people still use that to say mobile phone, traditional mobile phone. It has to say they are so get accustomed to this. So without to say a smartphone, they don't feel that anything dissatisfaction. Just accept it as neutral. But gradually, say many people start to use it. So get accustomed to the smartphone. They like this merit, and then if they encounter the case, they don't find the smartphone. They start feel dissatisfaction, and then it comes to be one-dimensional, like this. And then in this way, many people buy that smartphone. And then after that, say, gradually, some people accept to use, so get accustomed to smartphone so long time. And without the smartphone, they are very dissatisfied. But with smartphone, they are not satisfied so much. And then the best reason that they come to be must be quality, like this. So this is the life cycle of this. Now, so in the case, now this is the survey, result of the survey conducted at the management seminar last year. So about 50 participants attended in my class. So I asked them, when did you buy smartphone? Say 2007 to 10, just to say 4 years after the after release of the smartphone to the market, just 4%. Many people at that time feel about that indifferent. And there are few of them just feel attractive quality, and then they buy it. Then come to be after that, 2011 to 14, 26. So many people now start to feel attractive. And they also, some people also start to think about that one-dimensional, even though a few are masked to be poor. And then 2015 to 18, now nearly 10 years after. So in the case that majority come to be one dimension, sorry, must be. So this is the situation. Now let's repeat it again more carefully. At the beginning, so smartphone at the age around 2007 or 8 like this. At that time, many people cannot understand what the smartphone is, what kind of merit or strength it has. So many people are ignorant about this. So in this case, they are indifferent towards. In the case, but a few of them start to feel very attracted, and then maybe many young guys, they are like this. And then they use it, and then they like it, and then they talk very much, surrounding people. And then surrounding people is very influenced by these young guys, influence, and then they buy it. So in this way that number of people who are buying is increasing. However, still the time has passed, and then many people buy it. But at the beginning, without this, without the smartphone, nobody feel any dissatisfaction. However, gradually, without that, people start dissatisfaction. Then it comes to be one-dimensional quality. Then after all that, okay, and then now people now come to be with the smartphone. They don't accept the merit, just accept that it must be, and then come to be must be quality. So in this way, we have the life cycle. It starts at indifferent, attractive, and one-dimensional, and then finally must be quality. So any product, mature the product, come to be a must be quality. So this is that to say we have the when it comes to be must be quality, we must think about that, how to revitalize this product. And then we need that to say attractive quality creation. But this is another story. Maybe if I have another opportunity, I'd like to talk about this. So now this is called the Kano model. It was started about, okay, our paper was presented, published 4 years ago. Then Kano model, this name started to be maybe 35 years ago, so on in US. So, and now, if you access to that any search engine, for example, Google search engine like this, so many say, so many sites you can find it. So that to say now, recently I visited that, and then I found that over 200,000 results. Also, we have another engine, Google Scholar. This is that impact to the, this site is impact to the impact of the academic area. And then this is counted the number of citations. Our papers about 5,000 awards. So now that it's maybe it is quite, it is not so easy to reach the 1,000. 5,000 is a quite extraordinary frequent or frequent citation now. So, and then now that this is that we check that almost year by year, so since 2003, how many hit number you can find on the Google. And then the beginning is that to say 10,000 to 20,000, something like this. But come to be 2010, around come to be 100. And then recently come to be 200. So that is, you can see the steadily going up. And then now, say, it started from the gap between the consumer satisfaction and the defective reduction. But now, say, it is from this kind of thing. Now we can see this attractive quality, indifferent quality, one-dimensional quality, must be quality. Those Kano model categories explain the gap between consumer satisfaction and the consumer dissatisfaction and defective reduction like this. So you can see that, say, consumer satisfaction, attractive quality is representing consumer satisfaction. Defective reduction, it can be expressed by the must be quality, and also that the consumer satisfaction and the consumer dissatisfaction explained by that one-dimensional quality. And then also we have some quality elements which have no interest from even though it is sufficient or insufficient. In this way, we have the indifferent qualities. Now, in this Kano model, identifying one-dimensional quality, must be quality, attractive quality, indifferent quality. These four quality elements fill the gap between consumer satisfaction and defective reduction. Donobad, thank you, arigato.
So we are really enlightened by the words of Professor Kano. Thank you for the nice video presentation. To know a bit more about the effects and experiences of TQM practice in Bangladesh, we have among us one of the advisors of BSTQM, Engineer M.A. Awal sir. May we have Engineer M.A. Awal sir on stage, please, to share a few words of wisdom.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear guests, participants and delegates from different countries, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. I welcome you all to this 45th ICQCC being held in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Your participation in this event, in spite of the prevailing pandemic situation, proves your devotion to quality. In fact, quality has no end. In other words, quality is an endless journey. And my journey started in 1994 through participation in a 3-week training program on TQM organized by Japan, EUTES Japan. My first lesson from these programs was how to improve quality and reduce the cost. It is believed that if quality goes up, cost will come down. My second lesson was quality is free. It is not even free, it is profitable as well. And the third was how to build a trusting relationship between employer, employee, customer, vendors, and so on. In fact, initially it was very difficult for me as well to understand all these words. But now these are very clear to me. If we can improve the quality of the people working with us, the cost will come down. In other words, if the efficiency of our people goes up, productivity will come down and cost will come. Productivity will go up and cost will come down. I believe all these can be achieved through quality control circles. At last, but not the least, we should remember that we all are born, brought up, and educated at the expenses of the society. The food we are taking, the goods we are consuming are also being produced by the society. And the people working with us are also product of the society. In reality, we all are indebted to the society. Now the question is how to reciprocate or how to give it back to the society. This is just a food for thought only. With these few words, I'd like to thank you all and wish 45th ICQCC 2020 Dhaka a great success. Thank you so much.
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi, Honorable Commerce Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Dr. Moazzam Hossain Khan, Advisor of AOTS to BAS, CAS and NAS, the President and the Organizing Committee of BSTQM, the distinguished guests and the members of BSTQM, and all the participants from home and abroad, welcome to this inaugural session of 45th International Convention on QC Circles 2020. Good morning to everybody. Being a president of BAS, Bangladesh AOTS Alumni Society, I'm really overwhelmed and excited to be here on this auspicious program organized by BSTQM today here. Right now, our advisor of BSTQM, Awal Bhai, has mentioned many things about quality. Actually, I am going in a different direction. I'd like to go back a little bit with the with the innovation and came into being of BSTQM back in 1996. Actually, it started yesterday. On the welcome session, Dr. Moazzam Hossain mentioned that the journey of quality started by holding the hand of Japan back in 1960s. Exactly which year is around 58 or 60s, it started the journey with AOTS. And after that, when we feel the necessity of disseminating this quality consciousness in the society, BAS actually has started disseminating through the programs, and when they realized, they started this BSTQM back in 1996. And after that, BSTQM has really contributed significantly in the society. Nowadays, these quality consciousness and quality practice not only limited in the industrial sector only, it is there in the educational sector and the service sector and in many other areas of Bangladesh. And we really can see the development of Bangladesh. That is because of all these quality consciousness and improvement in the quality. AOTS, the Association for Overseas Technical Scholarship and the Sustainable Partnership, has started this program of putting training to the people from different countries in the world and developing themselves with this training. And we have seen that the quality guru from Japan, we call him the quality guru, Mr. Noriaki Kano. He has presented his keynote speech just a few minutes back. And all these things actually have motivated us for the development of quality in Bangladesh. I believe that if we can continue this way, then we can really develop in Bangladesh, and we can put our significant contribution to home and abroad. I wish every success of this 45th annual convention, international convention of BSTQM, and thank to everybody from home and abroad to participate here. This is actually a big achievement that for the first time BSTQM has organized it virtually and physically both. And also this is a significant development of BSTQM. This is perhaps the second time BSTQM has organized this international convention, back in 2008 also. So thanks to BSTQM and thanks to everybody, and we are actually waiting to see more and more development through BSTQM. Thank you.
Thank you for these wise words, sir. So we have a break in a while, and then the breakfast would be served at 10:30 or 10:40, like that, and we will have concurrent streams going on from this Shonarga and from University of Asia Pacific, starting from 11 a.m. So now moving further with the inaugural ceremony program, we are honored to have among us the Minister of Commerce of the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mr. Tipu Munshi MP, as the chief guest. With great respect and applaud, I welcome on stage Mr. Tipu Munshi MP to share his views with us.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. It's really a pleasure for me to be here today, and I'm grateful to you, the organizers, who has invited me here today to this ceremony. I mean, the International Convention on Quality Control Circle. I mean, this inaugural ceremony, which is 45th, I think, this ceremony is. This subject is the way the spokesman spoke. It's really not that easy to understand for a people, general people. It's true. But what I understand, what I believe, the quality has no substitute. Quality has no alternative. So finally, what this organization doing to improve the quality, and that's why they have formed this organization. So I really appreciate them. Say they have started this job long back. As I heard from the organizer, that initially, I think he started in 1962 in Japan, and that really helped Japan after the Second World War and their economy. This quality, I mean, job or quality practice really that made their economy in a good position. So calling me here, I want to say that there is no alternative. And you know, we said this term, quality control, though today the meeting is on that, but before this came here, I am from a garment sector, and that word quality controller, all this very well known in that sector. But in that business, that industry, quality is a major steps they shall have to take, and without this quality product, our production, I mean our goods cannot be accepted, will not be accepted by the buyer. So quality is really known word, but here, you people are working in that regard, that quality should be a regular practice and how to develop that thing. So, and I heard that in 1976, the first ceremony, I mean, held in Seoul. So, and after that, it is the 45th program you are making it here. So this convention. And before that also once, I think 2008, there was one other convention, and this is the second, so far as Mr. Chopon mentioned it here. So I really appreciate that. And besides that, our Honorable Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, also blessed this convention, and she has given her message, which also a good thing for this organization, so that even Prime Minister knows this program and knows about these quality things. As a Commerce Minister, I should also say that without the quality, how to progress. So this practice, this organization, the name of this organization is BSTQM, Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, is doing a very good job. I really appreciate them. And what I believe, without quality, we cannot progress. So in all respect, not only industry, in everywhere, every aspect of life, we need quality things. And this group, these organizers, this society is really working in this sector, so I really appreciate. And this hard time, and this COVID time also, they have taken the risk to do this type of convention virtually, and also almost more than 150 people are here. So it's really great. I should say, I should appreciate them. They have taken a very brave decision to go ahead with these things. So I wish all the success for them. And before I end my speech, I want to pay respect to our national leader, our father of the nation. His birth centenary is now observing. This is his 100 years of his birth. And I believe under the leadership of Sheikh Hasina, we will progress. We will have a quality Bangladesh, and I welcome you also to be a part of that journey. Thank you very much. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangla.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable speech. To initiate the movement of TQM in Bangladesh, BSTQM was founded in 4th May 1996. Since then, BSTQM has never taken small steps, but big leaps. The journey from 1996 to 2020 was not very easy, but definitely memorable. Now, I would like to request a soldier in the process, patron of 45th ICQCC, and president of BSTQM, Engineer A.M.M. Khairul Bashar, to say a few words. Please welcome Mr. Engineer A.M.M. Khairul Bashar on stage.
Mr. Tipu Munshi, respected chief guest of the 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles, respected delegates, representatives of 14 member countries, coordination committee member countries, who have joined this program through virtually. Convener, Mr. Sheikh Nijamuddin Ahmed, members of the organizing committee and members of Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, members of the executive committee, respected judges who will be evaluating the important case studies which will be presented today and tomorrow, volunteers, stream managers, members from the media, sponsors, cooperating agencies, and nominating organizations. Assalamu alaikum. Very good morning to all of you. Ohayo gozaimasu. In fact, all of you know, I was sick. That's why I was not ready to speak today here. But since the announcement has been made, let me say a few words. I agree with the chief guest of today, Mr. Tipu Munshi, 100%, is that what is said in essence, in the long run, what survives is quality. Whatever thing you do and whatever you say, only that essence of quality is remembered and beneficial to society and nothing else. Whatever structures you are building, whatever product you are making, whatever services you are delivering, only the quality element is purchased by the consumer and nothing else. Whatever you do, you eliminate quality from that, it ends up in a big zero. So there is no development without quality. There is no progress without quality. There is no peace without quality. And quality and peace are synonymous. If in one of the very early convention in Tokyo, Professor Ishikawa, the father of quality control circles, he said, ladies and gentlemen, go and establish a peaceful world. Mind it, we formed quality control circles as a part of self-enlightenment and mutual development to improve our working conditions. But that gentleman mentioned establish peace in the society. Very, very important link of quality. What is quality? Who can deliver quality? The person who is a quality person, the person who is whose mind is full with the joy of quality can deliver quality. And the person who is a quality person is a peaceful person. And only he can establish peace in the society. That's why quality is related to peace. And it's a matter of great pleasure and joy for me that finally 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles is being held. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you for your kind cooperation, help, and assistance. This was not possible without your support. The challenge posed by the situation emerged from COVID-19 pandemic made this endeavor extremely difficult. But creativity, hard work, commitment made it possible. I hope that this has opened a new era, that the programs of quality cannot be deterred by any challenge if you have the commitment. And this event is the proof. Second wave of COVID-19 is much more severe than the first wave. And it is going to be more severe as per the experts, the way they are putting it. But you see, we are having quality convention even in this situation, 45th. And 46th is next year in India, and we are preparing for that. Gradually, existing limitations will be waived, and more convenience will be established. Whenever there is a hurdle, whenever there is a challenge, you overcome it. By overcoming that challenge, you enjoy your progress. And that is what is development. That is what should be the mindset. I express my special thanks and gratitude to the members of the Coordination Committee for their all-out cooperation. I am grateful to IT experts for their sincere effort in planning and mobilizing resources. This program is being transmitted through Facebook, YouTube, and 14 other channels across the world today. More than 3,500 delegates has already registered and they are watching us. And had there been no COVID, I could guarantee there had been at least 5,000 delegates present in Dhaka today. And we could not get a place to organize that convention because no hotel in Dhaka can accommodate 5,000 delegates. So this is 45th, this is in Dhaka. In 2008, we had another convention in Dhaka. Last year, 2019, we had education convention, that was in Dhaka. And again in 2004, we had another international convention on education, that was in Dhaka. This is the 4th international convention BSTQM is implementing in this country. Because to show the world that how Bangladesh is going forward with a silent quality movement. Our movement is very silent. We are not in the media. We are not in the highlights, but it's a silent mental revolution. Quality exists in your mind. We want to change our mind. We want to revolutionize our own efforts. So that's why it is a silent revolution. It's not a shouting revolution. We must be successful in that, and we are progressing very good, alhamdulillah. The way I have mentioned, in fact, I had just a couple of days back, I had 2 rings had to be worn in my heart very successfully. Alhamdulillah, I am very good now, feeling very well, and the doctors in Bangladesh has improved their services and quality. So in my absence, this gigantic task of organizing this international convention has been contributed by all members of BSTQM. They are all soldiers of quality, and they are all unique. They are all unique in their effort of not making a failure. They are unique in making their services and product totally defect-free, and that is the message BSTQM is carrying forward. I want to mention only few names, those who have helped me during my ailment in materializing this convention. One is Mr. A.K.M. Shamsul Huda, President in charge, Vice President. Can you please? And the other important name is Mr. Sheikh Nizamuddin, Secretary General and Convener of this convention. And Robin Mondal, I think he is still working with the Asia Pacific because the streams will be starting there. He is looking after the IT part. Mr. Tomizuddin, I could see him somewhere there. Mr. Munir Hassan, an IT expert. Mr. Suman Sabbir, Mr. Azizur Rahman, a former secretary. Mr. M.D. Nahid Russell, Mrs. Khaleda Mousumi in the second row, an IT expert, and Mr. Mansurul Hakim, another bearded person, an IT expert, Mr. Masudur Rahman, an IT expert, and many more names. I can't mention all. And finally, we have with us Mr. Wahiuddin Babar, Vice President, and Professor Abdul Rashid, Vice President, Principal of Tesga College. And the contribution of Tesga College, you have seen the way they are participating in the cultural. They did a very excellent performance yesterday. They have performed very well today. They, in fact, brought out the entire national history today before us. In 1971, I was a young boy of 20. Today, this cultural performance brought in my tears in my eyes, remembering those days. So, Bangladesh is overcoming and overcoming fast its all challenges. and this country is for survival in the befitted manner, a raising hand in the world. I express my sincere thanks to the authorities of the Pan Pacific Sonargaon Hotel, the University of Asia Pacific, their cooperation and support, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and Bacon Pharmaceuticals, DBL Group, Urmi Group, Beximco Pharmaceuticals, Saif Power Tech, Imami Bangladesh Limited, Intertech Bangladesh Limited, and many more organizations for their kind cooperation and support. And without their cooperation and support, this day would not have been possible. And finally, I am grateful to our chief guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi. You know, the ministers are very busy. Even ordinary people like us, we are extremely busy nowadays. Even in spite of that busy schedule, he has spared his time, a very, very long time. You see ministers coming in the program, just come 5 minutes earlier, and within 10, 15 minutes they leave. But he is sitting here for hours. He listened to the entire lecture of quality guru of the world, Professor Noriaki Kano. I am grateful to you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence and for your support. So, with those few words, I wish 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circles every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such an energizing speech. And we wish all health for our President, Mr. A.M.M. Khairul Bashar, sir. So before we end the inaugural ceremony, BSTQM would like to appreciate the relentless efforts of members and the constant support from the sponsors. And to do this honor, I would request the Director General of World Council for Total Quality and Excellence in Education and Pro-Vice Chancellor of University of Asia Pacific, Dr. M.R. Kabir, sir, to present the vote of thanks.
Distinguished guests and participants from home and abroad for this 45th International Convention on Quality Control Circle. As you know, the vote of thanks is the last part of the program. And just now you heard from our president, BSTQM. He has covered everything, so I have now less job to do. Before I start my formal vote of thanks, I think the blessing message that we have received from our Prime Minister, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina MP. When it was presented in the convention, you can see the total guideline. So it was wonderful to receive blessing from her and given a total guideline for BS2PM for days to come. And this is not only guideline, this will act as an inspiration for all of us. We sincerely thank our Prime Minister for this blessing message. Today's chief guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Commerce. Despite his busy schedule, he has given a lot of time. That also will inspire us. Thank you, sir, for your presence. We have special guest, Engineer M. Awal. Also, he is the advisor of BSTQM. And he's one of few, like our present president, who actually established this BSTQM in the year 1996. I can see few more advisors here, like Dr. Moazzam and the Goniva is here. So they are the one who established this quality race or the quality issue to be established in Bangladesh. So I'm grateful to all of them that they are present here today. Wonderful cultural performance by Tesga College. I'm sure all of us present here and who are watching from abroad virtually, they have enjoyed this culture program. We are so proud to display our country and how we have struggled during our liberation war. Thank you, Professor Rashid, Principal Tesga College, and other team members of the college. I also gratefully thanks to our vice president, who was also present here and given his speech and elaborating the quality. The very important speech by the world quality guru, Professor Nariaki Kano. He's such a person, I'm sure that many of us, including me, we were training under his training program 3 weeks in Japan. So we know that the quality, how it can be implemented through his lectures that we have listened during our 3 weeks program. This 45th International Convention, there's another, our partner, the University of Asia Pacific, who has really helped us in preparing all the lecture rooms and the competition that the case study presentation will be in the campus of the University of Asia Pacific, for which we greatly acknowledge the help that extended by the University Authority. We also thank our all print and electronic media for their presence and covering our events in these medias. And we also are very grateful to all sponsors who helped us in organizing this event. And the volunteers were very important. Without their support, it was not possible to organize such a big event. And also because many names were mentioned by our president, I don't want to repeat. What I want to add, what we are seeing today, it is not a 1 or 2 person. It is a group of people who work behind the screen. So anyone help us directly, indirectly to organize this event. A special thanks for them. So thank you very much. With this, I'd like to conclude my vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the kind words. Before ending the event, I would like to, on behalf of BSTQM, we would like to present a respect token to today's chief guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi, the Minister of Commerce, the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. And to do this honor, I would request on stage President of BSTQM, Engineer AMM Khairul Bashar, sir. May we have our chief guest and President BSTQM on stage, please. on this note, I would also like to invite our chief guest, special guest present here to our closing ceremony tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. at the same place, where another lecture from Professor Kano would be streamed. Morning refreshments have already been served and streams would be starting very soon. We wish all the participating QC circles best wishes and good luck. Thank you for your participation, and Allah Hafiz and goodbye.